much damage. Now you kind of wish you had that Aegis onto the Luna. He's dead. And now you can see the Bristleback inside the calling, but Brow's going to be chased right now with the Primal Split up, but there's the Overgrowth. Nice Dispel coming out from Moo, instantly getting rid of that. And now Whitemon completely surrounded, and Kasane really low, but again, he has the Aegis, so that's life number one. The roll in with the Mystic Flare, it's enough to take out Ahri despite using that ult. Not going to help you too much. And can they kill the big bad Bristleback with that Bloodstone? Completely surrounded now. Pops it. Yeah, that's the wrong direction, my friend. A huge...
Talked about this, but their heroes are not particularly mobile with the exception of Pango. Like running around the map with as Bristleback putting out fires feels terrible.
And Bryle is trying to get the stun lock onto Moo. The Eclipse to follow. Do they have the burst? They do. He does have buyback though. Obviously not able to get that Primal Split up. That is a very big kill for TSM. The BKB already popped by Tomatoes. K1 going on to the Bristleback, and there's the buyback onto Moo.
Nice connection from Gunnar.
Really deep onto Tomato with the calling coming through as well, but Gunner's going to roll on out for the time being. Looks like Nouns want to kind of reset and wait for their Brewmaster to catch up. The TSM now on the run as Bryle might be caught out. Thunderclap is there, and there's the Mystic Flare to finish him off. So Nouns trade essentially a buyback to kill off the mid laner for TSM.
Honestly, really good play call there from Gunnar. Even though the Brewmaster is dead, he identifies that Luna used the BKB in that kill.
Oh, Kasane is going to get kicked to the low ground. That is a Bristleback, so you have to be careful, doing a lot of damage with that Quill Spray. But now he's surrounded, has a Spirit Vessel applied, but he pops his Bloodstone. Now opting to go to the other side of the calling as TSM getting pursued by K1. He is not afraid.
Oh, that's not a good forward step. He turned around.
Jump in onto the Treant inside the trees. As you can see, the Pango buying back into the game. It looks like the Treant Protector will die to start this fight. As K1 looking to maybe saw, but actually going to turn this around onto Tomato instead. That is a huge kill for Nouns. As K1 with an ensnare onto that Muerta, and that's another easy kill for Nouns as Kasane coming back into the fray. He's kind of left all alone, but Bryle has his Rolling Thunder up again, using that Blink Dagger to good effect to keep K1 on the back line, but there's the song to keep the Bristleback in place. And Bryle might just have to Rolling Thunder away as they leave their Bristleback to die. So Kasane drops a huge team fight win for Nouns, and that... As Kasane, he's starting to run out of room in his inventory. He's actually maybe going for a Radiance, I believe. As Whitemon getting gone on by the Brew. Not able to get his ult off quite yet. Continuing to get silenced. There's a lot of damage being applied to Moo. Is this going to be enough to actually take him out? Getting up to the other side and finally gets off his ult. And that is a lift onto the Brewmaster. As you can see, the kick in. Tomato in a lot of trouble. Surrounded, pops his BKB. Trying to focus now on the Brewlings. None of them will die quite yet. Uses the Eclipse finally. Most of the focus now onto Yamson, who actually gets away. And now the Song of Siren from K1, holding everybody in place. Looks like the Treant Protector's going to be the first to fall as Tomato. Trying to focus down Moo again, who will somehow live. The Sprout just continuing to be a thorn in the side of TSM, who've already lost two, including the likes of Bryle. Lots of close sprays being applied to the Naga Sirens. Gunnar getting the double kill for now. Rolling onto Tomato. Lots of damage being applied. He's going to get the lockdown on him and likely will fall as well. A triple kill for Gunnar as K1 doing his thing against the Bristle, just keeping him consistently rooted. I mean, this is a very frustrating game for Kasane. He can't do much because he is the last remaining member of TSM. He's going to get kicked as a stone form. Do they even have the damage at this point to deal with him? We'll see. Might just walk back to base the old-fashioned way. The K1, another kick back. Kasane,
I love
the buildings being
K1.
taken by Moo in the meantime. Just keep the Bristleback away from his base. They'll be able to take out all their barracks as a result. Another roll in. Most annoying heroes to deal with if you're a Bristle. Can he get back to his base? They're just ignoring him. He's doing absolutely nothing. Moo has a Primal Foot available again, and now we'll focus down the second set of racks. Another lift up onto the Bristleback. Can you even play Dota this game? Kasane feels so bad for him. Two sets of racks now will be secured for the signs of Nouns. And still, no Luna in sight for 40 seconds. Bristleback is not a thing.
I mean, just Bristleback. Just
To hear that they
Moo. All this does.
He ventured off to.
Oh, he saw it now. He's like, he was looking at his man. Was like, why do we have vision here, guys? Oh, right, I had a gem.
Maybe he just assumed they picked it up.
Gunnar on the hunt.
Yeah, Gunnar wants to find somebody. Muerta popping the ult, getting a nice silence. Onto the Nature's Prod. You can see TSM on the other side of the cliff here, but it's not going to matter for Ahri as he dies straight up. So that's a 5v4 now. Bristleback Yep, he's stuck inside a Sprout. We'll just assume for the rest of this fight that he will not be taking any damage and will not be dying as well. Although, Nouns perhaps wanting to actually kill him this time? No. They remember the previous fight. Still a tier 2 in the bot lane. And the gem is still there indeed. Kasane, even a point in talking about this right now. Okay, Yamsen making his presence known. They're actually doing quite a bit of damage this time. Whitemon in the vicinity. Brile with the Rolling Thunder coming in as well. And Bristleback is living again. And now the song being used in more defensive measure than anything is Gunnar popping his BKB as well as K1. Brile. Rolling Thunder has now ended, trying to do as much damage to the Brewlings as he can, but they're still going to survive as Tomato trying to TP out. He will be able to. Yeah, that's a buyback onto the Bristle. He dies here. Of course, he hasn't really made his way over quite yet as Muerta getting chased now inside the Sprout. Mu trying to find an angle, and he will. Thunderclap and the beatdown. Brile. Well, does have his Rolling Thunder up now. Trying to go on top of Gunnar, but he can just roll away with such a low cooldown on that spell. And that's a big ult down now for TSM. And Mu still has his Rolling Thunder available. They just need their position 5 in the area to right-click Kasane once, and they perhaps can kill him. And the Shiva's going to be popped. There's a fortification. Likely the last one for TSM as Tomato up in 7 seconds. Gunnar. Yeah, just kick into the other side, focus on the buildings. Likely will be able to secure themselves mega creeps now in this game number 1, and they will do just that. As Kasane can only look on. He doesn't even get the kill on the Storm Panda.
All right.
Back to defending they go.
So here's the thing. You've got Megas, but the enemy team is really good at defense.
At all times to be up.
All right, so they chose to give the Ags over to the Brew over Naga, so
yep.
Again.
K1 was all alone for a little bit there. Pops his BKB as Gunnar.
Oh, they kick out the Luna.
Really deep. The kick out onto Tomato. Pops the BKB. Mystic Flare doing a little bit of damage through that BKB, but Gunnar and company are going to turn him to stone again. Still at half HP though as Gunnar trying to get to the other side of these trees. The Sprout onto the Bristleback as Mu gonna try to go on top of the buildings now instead. Now they have the break onto Kasane, but there's the overgrowth from Whitemon keeping him in place. But the Cheese actually healing up the Earth Spirit to a high degree as Mu continuing just to hit buildings while the Song of the Siren keeps TSM in place. They're trying to heal it up with the living armor. There's the Mystic Flare again being used. And guess who's still healthy? It's the Bristleback. Gunnar now rolling out to the other side, getting slowed perpetually. Deadshot's going to connect as well, but looks like he might be able to walk away. As somehow no deaths in this engagement, other than one tier 4 tower.
And we have to say goodbye to one.
It just turns you lactose intolerant. And that's an aura around you.
So that's another comeback mechanic for the losing team.
Yeah, it's a bad... That's correct.
You have the best ideas.
They're hoarding too much net worth on their side, so it should punish them. Nobody wants to see that. It's 50K lead for Nouns.
Is that the biggest of this event?
Tomato. Is he going to turn into stone again? Gunnar looking for the potential connection. Here he's going to get stunned at the top of his BKB. Rolling Thunder not going to be doing too much as a result. Magnetize is there. Remember, this is undispellable now with that 25 talent. As Mu continuing onto the tier 4 towers. There's the Mystic Flare. So much damage applied to Tomato trying to stay alive. A nice overgrowth. This is enough to take out the Earth Spirit. Either way, he has the Aegis. Life number 1 down. Mu now focusing all his efforts onto that Luna. Will drop him, but that is just... Now that's actually the buyback now as the Ancient is fully exposed. They can just right-click that to their heart's content as GG's will likely come out here any moment. Tomato getting extremely low. It's going to be a dieback for him. And they can't hold this any longer for TSM. So Nouns will take game number 1 in this best of 3, Cinderin.
Yep.
And what a display it was. Eventually they will hit that Ancient and the game will end. And there we go.
They were waiting for everyone from TSM to